here all alone. Oh, are you alive? Don't you feel? Show me you're here. Show me you're dear. Don't you feel? Show me, hold me, speak up and tell me something. Change my mind before it's too late. Are you alive? Show me you're human.
Patrick, you and I need to get a few things straight.
Whatever your issues, Dr. Scorpio, will have to wait. Lady Justice is expecting me. After that, I have dinner plans with another lady altogether.
I really don't care about your social life. I want to talk to you about the deposition.
It's confidential.
You're going to go in there and you're going to make it all about how brilliant you are. Chapter and verse on the surgery you performed on Manny. But this deposition is about more than that.
Not in my book.
You need to tell them what you saw.
I saw an arterial venous malformation in the frontal lobe of the patient's brain.
And after the surgery.
I ate sushi at a place on Green Street.
What changes did you see in Manny's behavior after the surgery?
Why don't you tell him? Since you're all about being touchy-feely with your patients.
Manny Ruiz was remorseful, calm, no longer aggressive.
He's alive. That's all I care about. Whether it's Charles Manson or Gandhi before I get my hands on him, I really don't care.
Well, you should. He's a living tribute to your genius, Patrick.
I'll put him on my resume.
You like to be the rebel. Speaking on behalf of Manny Ruiz would be the ultimate in-your-face gesture. Why don't you go in there and admit that the guy actually deserves a second chance? Take a stand on something for once. It feels good. You should try it.
So I do stir up some passion in you.
Dr. Drake, we're ready for you now.
Thank you for your cooperation, Dr. Drake. We'll contact you if we need you for anything further. Dr. Scorpio, we'll take you right away.
Hi, Robin. Thanks for giving us your time here. You're familiar with my client, Manny Ruiz.
Yes, I recently observed on his surgery.
Did you consider his surgery a success?
Oh, very much so. It is my belief that Manny Ruiz is not inherently a violent man. His aggressive behavior was caused by an AV malformation on his brain that was diminishing the blood flow to his frontal lobe. After the medical problem was corrected, the behavioral problem was eradicated.
And that's the gist of what you said in the written report?
Yes, that is my professional opinion.
Excellent. Now, this surgery, have you ever seen the... All right, let's move on. How familiar are you with Jason Morgan?
I don't understand the relevance of that question.
I'll ask it another way. How well do you know Jason Morgan?
Jason Quartermain then is extremely different than the Jason Morgan today.
How so?
Jason Quartermain was warm, outgoing, generous. He was a good friend and a good man.
Is that all? Were you and Jason Quartermain more than friends?
Well, I had a crush on him. What girl wouldn't?
You had more than a crush on Jason Morgan, didn't you?
Well,
how would you characterize the difference between Jason Morgan and Jason Quartermain?
night and day.
I've heard some refer to him as cold.
They're wrong.
Unfeeling?
People that say that don't know Jason. He doesn't let a lot of people in. He doesn't trust them.
Does he trust you?
He did. Very much.
Despite the fact that he was no longer warm and giving and generous, you said.
Well, Jason, he has a difficult time expressing emotional highs and lows, but that doesn't mean that in his heart he's
But you
still
do
not a
agree
good person.
that a person can profoundly change due to extraordinary circumstances like Jason and, more importantly, Manny Ruiz were subjected to.
Of course, that's what I was saying.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. That's all we need, unless Alexis has any more questions.
I think that's good. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate you coming in.
I didn't realize just how hung up you are on Jason.
Don't you find it even a little bit embarrassing that you were eavesdropping? I mean, how cheesy are you?
What's amazing is how your voice changes when you talk about him. All that ice just melts away. So I mean, I can't help but wonder what happened. Who dumped who?
Back off.
So you blew it.
Why do they keep parading Mr. Louise around up here?
It's part of his recovery.
It gives me the creeps.
Don't be anxious. I'll see that nothing bad happens to you.
What about the rest of the patients on this floor?
Have you ever considered becoming an OR nurse?
I like what I do.
I think you'd be terrific. You have the temperament, patience, steady hands.
You know, I heard your father had a thing for OR nurses. Genetics. It's amazing.
I'm serious. I think you'd make a great addition.
To what? Your trophy case?
Isn't anyone on the career track anymore?
Tell you what. I'll think about it.
Over a dinner with me.
You know, you might miss the little fact that I'm married.
Would your husband object to you discussing your future with a colleague?
You mean my very possessive police officer husband who I'm totally crazy about?
My loss.
Hey. Hey. Is Jason here?
No, he had to go out for a little while.
I'd like to wait.
Yeah, why not? It's so important.
I gave my deposition today in the Manny Ruiz case.
Wow, that must have been interesting. What did you say?
I told him the truth.
Good, that Manny is a psychopath who deserves the death penalty, right?
That Manny's violent actions were a result of a brain deformity. It wasn't his fault or his choice. Now, I know that that's difficult for you to wrap your mind around.
You're trying to set a killer free. Someone who came after Jason, me, Sonny, his whole family, everyone on that train, including you.
I'd like Jason to hear why I testified the way that I did.
You are trying to set a man free who shot Jason, tried to rape me twice, and you really expect him to be okay with that? You make these choices and then try and justify it by saying it's the right thing to do, when really it's only the right thing to do for you.
I don't understand why the truth is so hard for people to take. I am sick of being criticized for having a conscience. Punishing Manny Ruiz for something that was out of his control is wrong.
Manny is a monster. He hasn't changed. He should pay for the things he did.
You don't even hear what a hypocrite you are. You accept violence from the people that you love, but no one else stands a chance.
It's crazy for you to fight for Manny.
I'm not fighting for him. I am telling the truth as I know it. Just like I told AJ that he was Michael's father. I did the right thing, and I'm not going to apologize for it. You know that now, don't you? That it was wrong to keep the truth from AJ, that he deserved to know that Michael was his son?
It's not about right or wrong, the truth versus a lie. It's about Michael and how you blew his life apart. And in a way, that little kid is still paying.